Hi there YouTube, Extreme Trains here. So in this video we're taking a look at another one of the Mattel collection engines for 2025. As you would know if you are watching this video in order of uploading, I have already reviewed the Thomas, Percy and James from the Mattel collection, and I do have Henry on the way. Stay tuned for that. In the meantime, I'm excited to be able to say that in this video we're taking a look at this one here. This is the Ruby collection version of Thomas in the classic style, which arises from the Mattel 80th anniversary, which happens to coincide with Thomas's 80th anniversary. I got this from Pop Market, which is a US store, because it allowed me to pre-order it. But at the time of the recording of this video, which is the end of August 2025, this is available for pre-order on Amazon Australia for about $11-12, and it's also just been put on the website of Tutu Toys, which is a independent toy store down in Victoria, and they also have it for sale for about $17 Australian. So this review, I'm going to be opening up this one, but I do have some sealed copies to keep under the bed, arriving from Tutu Toys very, very soon. So definitely, if you're in Australia, this is one which you can order now. Go ahead and do it. The Amazon versions are meant to ship in November. So with all that intro out of the way, what are we waiting for? Let's do it. We'll take a quick look at this packaging because it is quite different. Although I understand this kind of red packaging is how all of the Mattel 80th anniversary toys are being packaged. So you can see here we've got a much larger package than we would normally see for Mattel push-long engines. And I haven't seen this available in store yet, so I'll be interested to see how it presents in store, whether it's supposed to be hung up on its own peg. It seems to be priced around the price of a large engine, but a little bit more. So I'm not really sure how this is meant to be sold in stores, but certainly it's a very striking packaging, but it's also a very kind of empty packaging. There's a lot of space up here where there's not really much going on. I don't know why they did it that way, but you can see we do have Fisher & Price, Thomas & Friends logo. We've got the 80th 80 Mattel here, although it's not like it says 80 years of Mattel, which is interesting. Metal collection down the side, so we're carrying that through the branding. 3+. Thomas's name is hiding under the bottom here. Again, weird they didn't... You think that... I think someone else has, in another review, commented on this. Like, why didn't they have Thomas's name along the top here? And of course, now doesn't want to focus on him. Regardless, you do get a nice view of the engines in the set. So you've got the two wagons and also Thomas here. And that face, I've said it before, I think this is the perfect face that I've seen of these because of the eye placement, but we'll talk about that in a moment. Come around to the back, we get the normal, usual blah blah. Again, Thomas up here. Nothing really about the 80th anniversary of Mattel on the back, which I think is a bit, again, unusual. No real explanation of what's going on. What's interesting is when I've seen the web listings of this, it refers to Thomas in a heritage design. So again, the fact why are they calling this a heritage design as opposed to a classic design? Anyway, what's going on here? That to me indicates maybe that this is not a range that's going to be sticking around for that long. But anyway, that's all speculation at this point. Let's crack him open and let's see what you actually want to see, which is Thomas and not this red packaging. Let's bring Thomas up here for the 360-degree view, and then we'll take a closer look at him. So yep, we've looked at 360 degree. Look at that face. It's so good. It's so good. It's also got the mouth printed, which I'll do a comparison as to whether it's printed on the other ones. I think it is. But yeah, to me, this eye placement is so much better than the other one because, for example, if you're looking at Thomas at about eye level, or even above eye level, it looks like he's looking at you, whereas the other Thomas, and I'll do a comparison, just the standard version, he just never looks... He looks like he's looking up into the sky for kind of no reason. So this, to me, is fantastic. Would I love to get a straight-on Thomas-looking edition? Certainly, but I really do like the way that they've done this face. I think it's really good. Again, you can see we've got the metallic details for the running board. So the running board has been painted in that metallic flake, and then we've also got the silver coupling rods, which have also been done, which is really nice. And then we've also got the gold little whistles, which I think they're the star of the show in my view. They just make it. Like, how good does that look? So awesome. But yes, you can see we do have the printed buffers, notwithstanding the fact that we have the red treatment for his running board. Coming around to the side, you can see we've got the classic Thomas details. What I mean by that is that, doesn't want to focus. He doesn't have the riveting detail on him, so we'll get a closer look of that in a second. But yeah, there's no rivets on this version of Thomas, but otherwise the detailing is almost the same. You can see here, have I got a factory error? Look how close that is printed at the back. That's not right. What about this side? Oh, that side's also really far back. The joys of buying online. Yep, come to the top, same details. We've got the black here, and then we've got the coal on around the back, as you would have seen. Still no buffer printing, it's just not how he's done. And also we've got the little lamp there. Again, wheels the same as they are on the previous version, including with them being set just that little bit too far back. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. But I do really, really like that silver coupling rod. Looks fantastic. Such a good color, and it makes so much sense because the real thing is silver and kind of metallic like that. Then we've just got Thomas's name on the bottom. Again, no indication that this is a special edition, which I think is a bit of a missed opportunity. But yeah, this is fantastic. This Thomas looks fantastic, and I think it's amazing because this Thomas, you know, there's no big Mattel 80th logo on it. You know, he's not all red or something. I think they've done a really nice job of making this very, very tasteful. The way they've incorporated the ruby red for Mattel is to make his running board, which he already has, which is already red, metallic. So this, in my mind, is fantastic. It's a really, really good way to both celebrate Mattel's anniversary, but also, you know, for the 80th anniversary of Thomas, it can stand in as both. And I think it looks really, really nice. It doesn't look too gaudy. Yeah, this to me, excellent work, Mattel. 10 out of 10 on Thomas. You also get these two little carts. Now, these are the carts that have come in, I think, several sets. One of them is the Ashima set, which I have reviewed on my YouTube channel. And you'll see immediately that the silver on these carts is a grease magnet. Like, I'm just rubbing my fingers on it. Look at that. My fingers are just covering this in smudges and grease. And then I've also seen comments online that the paint rubs off. And you can see here, like, already, this one is already starting to rub off a little bit. So obviously, I've only literally just got this other packaging when you saw in the previous video. But if true that these do rub off, that's pretty disappointing. It's why I'm keeping a couple of these mint in packaging. But yeah, again, disappointing because they are really nice trucks. They're very nicely repurposed AEG pieces of rolling stock. I think these are quite good pieces of rolling stock generally. Again, I like the way that they've done the ruby thing, but instead of saying, oh, we could make these whole trucks red, instead, silver, which is a perfectly logically color, red wheels, which is fine, and then we've got the pieces of ruby here as well, which are the gemstone pieces. Now, these, I think, are meant to come out, and I've seen some reviewers be able to get them out, but it's a very, very tight fit, as I understand it. So you can see here, it really doesn't want to. It makes me, oh, there you go, got it, and I spilled my tea everywhere, which is good. As you could hear, I was bashing around into things. So yeah, you can see here, it does come out. I'm sure that's going to scratch up the inside of these parts. But you can see we do have that kind of, the silver metallic coating, look, there I am, hello, goes through the whole truck, and we do have that little connection piece. And there is one of the little pieces of gem ruby here, which I understand also is an existing mold from All Engines Go, but someone will correct me if I'm wrong about that. So yeah, this is pretty nifty. It's quite a nice looking set. I'm not going to put that back in right now, but just so you get a sense of how it all looks together. Let's couple them up. Nope, very tight couplings. Come on, you can do it. There we go. And you get a sense of what that's going to look like. Oh, see, amazing what happens when you have normal space couplings. Awesome. That is so awesome. That's a fantastic looking train. 10 out of 10. Let's do some comparisons. This is the comparison we want to see. It is the two Thomases that I currently have together. And you can see here why I just think that those eyes just look so much better on this one than on this one. I like the funny eyebrows that we've got on the standard version, but they're just so high up. Whereas these ones look much more natural. This looks much more, in my view, like a face that you would actually see on the show. And again, you really get a sense of what that added detailing does. Like, the chrome just pops. It looks so good to have the chrome running board. And again, the whistles, I think, really makes a huge, huge, huge difference. And then if we come around to the side here, you can get a sense of the differences in the detailing. So yeah, it seems like mine was printed a little bit skew width, because you can see that all the prints seem to be located a little bit towards the rear. You can see they didn't quite come out here versus that. Again, that rear box, it's meant to be close, but mine is almost falling off the edge. But otherwise, you can see that it's the same. The other thing we're missing on this version is you have no handrails and no rivets, which are Makes sense, I think, given that the rivets and handrails came in the very, very end of the CGI era. So that's something. But yeah, otherwise you can see that the detailing is the same, and certainly the molding is all the same. It does appear like the plastic is the same, the black. Yeah, if you put them side by side. The black plastic is the same, and the chassis, again, they're that not quite black plastic that I talked about. They're kind of almost a little bit grey, which is a little bit unusual. So yeah, that's the comparison between this. Of these two, this one is definitely my favourite, and it would be my favourite even without the metallic. And then just for a little comparison there, he is with Percy, looking spiffy and fantastic as always. And again, because Percy didn't have much riveting on him at all, I don't think he looks out of place compared to him. And last but not least, and certainly not last for very long, here is this Thomas next to James. And just so we can get the eyes going the right way. Yeah, see how Thomas and James both look like they're looking at us? It's great. Yeah, so you can see how they look together, and as I said, they look very, very spiffo. So quick wrap up, what do I think of the ruby red Mattel 80th anniversary Thomas and his two little ruby trucks? This to me is an instant buy. It is a must buy. It is fantastic. I have no notes about this except for the wheel placement, which is a problem with the whole mold in general and not something that's specific to this Thomas. The detailing looks great. The metallic looks great. I think the rolling stock looks very sensible. It's nice. You can make it ruby if you want. If you don't, take out the trucks or take out the cargo pieces and do whatever you want to this set. This is awesome. I hope the fact that this is a special edition item makes it actually easier to buy, because it seems like it's being sent out separately from just the ordinary Thomas stock. And what I mean by that is, unlike the normal, push-along engines, metal collection engines, where stores will just order a case and they get a mix of engines, I think this comes as a case of just Thomas. So hopefully that means he'll be more easily available. As I said, at the time of recording this video, he is available online to order from Amazon Australia and also from Toot Toot Toys. And I'm sure he will start showing up at other independent toy retailers relatively soon. But getting him makes me very excited. It also makes me really, really want the bloody Chase variant, the storybook Thomas of this, which I have just almost no hope that I'll ever get, given I haven't actually seen any of them in store. Crying. But we'll keep looking, and you never know what might happen in the future. But yeah, this to me is a fantastic Thomas. If you see it, buy it, and don't buy one, buy multiple. I have 2 more coming in the mail, so that I can have some in tin box, because this is the winner in my mind. And if you're going to try hunting for one, I'd try hunting for this. Alright, I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know down in the comments below what you think about this Ruby Thomas and if you're going to be picking him up. Otherwise, that's all we've got time for. This is Extreme Trains.